Okay, guys, this is the reason why I enjoyed Hurricane Irma. And I'm not saying I love the fact that it damaged everything. This is the reason why I loved Hurricane Irma. For my own personal reasons why I would like a hurricane. And not because it caused all the damage. But as a severe weather fan, I've always loved to see really strong winds. But this wasn't a severe thunderstorm. This wasn't a 20-30 minute thunderstorm. Most of them are just like 10 minutes of straight line damaging winds and then that's it, it's over. Or a derecho event, or a downburst. This was a continuous wind that almost never stopped. It didn't have any pauses between. And there was kind of a pause between the hurricane. Most hurricanes are a consistent breeze, but this one had bands. The bands is what brought the wind. Every time any kind of rain or band, it would get windier in a hurricane. Now, usually with a thunderstorm, you get that one big gust of wind, or two big gusts of wind, or maybe 20, 30, 40 seconds of a big gust of wind, and it's over. And usually it's at a downward angle, and not a straight line angle, which causes the most damage. But with a hurricane, the wind is consistent. It doesn't stop. It is a very consistent breeze, and that's why I like the hurricane wind. It's a very strange that I like it. I know there's a lot of people who hate hurricanes, but I'm not talking about the flooding, or the damage to property, or the damage to lives. I'm talking about the fact of the wind itself. It's a really interesting phenomenon that happens with hurricanes. It's scary because the gusts of wind were stronger than some of the most powerful winds of any severe thunderstorm that could possibly happen. Or some sort of derecho event, maybe a winds of 100 miles per hour. You might actually get hurricane force winds in some severe thunderstorms, but this was stronger than some of the most powerful thunderstorms. And it was a consistent breeze. The winds were like 75, 80 miles an hour consistent, but then the gust would be over 100 miles per hour. And then right at the last band, I think the one in Miami, I think one of the highest wind gusts was either 93 miles per hour or 115 miles per hour. But nobody can confirm that. When that 90 mile an hour sustained wind came, I had never seen anything like that. All the trees at once were just blowing in the exact same direction. It was an amazing experience because it wasn't just like a gust of wind where you can see it in the kind of in the background and then it hits you. It was, as soon as you saw the tree hitting over there, that gust of wind was already hitting you. And that is the most amazing part of a hurricane. It's an amazing pressure, a pressure of wind. And even when the hurricane wasn't nearby, there was still windy here. It has such a strong influence on weather near the hurricane that it is an amazing weather phenomenon. And it's scary to know that if that hurricane had not hit Cuba, it would have been a Category 5 hurricane, destroyed Miami, destroyed Naples, destroyed Fort Lauderdale, destroyed Palm Beach, destroyed Cape Canaveral. It would have destroyed everything. Now that would not be fun. But a Category 1, a Category 2, I mean, people can survive that with no issues, maybe. No power. You know, people need to be having that power, man, because it's Florida. And it's hot as hell here in Florida. But the aspect of the wind itself is an amazing feature of a hurricane. I don't care. I don't like the rain. I don't like the flooding. I like the wind. To see things moving in the wind that usually don't move. Seeing all the signs go like this, flickering back and forth to the point where they fall and break. Seeing the tree limbs slowly start breaking as it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Then eventually it gets so strong that it starts breaking the limbs and then starts breaking the whole tree, uprooting them. That is an amazing feature of the storm. That is an amazing feature. Unfortunately, people have died from these storms, and mainly I think it's because of flooding, not because of the wind. The wind itself won't kill you. It's strong as hell, but it won't kill you. It's the debris inside the storm that could kill you. But the storm itself was an amazing feature that was scary. I had to take my Ativan. As long as I had the Ativan, I was fine. I was out there recording. That Ativan really does not let you have anxiety during this kind of events. It actually helps that blood pressure stay down. It helps that pulse stay down and stuff like that, so that you can handle these situations without screaming. That's probably why I was calmer than my fiance, because of the hurricane. I was probably calmer because of that reason. And what amazes me the most about these storms is the fact that they never let up. The wind is amazing. It's scary, but it's amazing. It's. I want to chase these hurricanes now. I want to go out there and get into those things. I want to become a meteorologist. I've always loved severe weather. But this tops the cake. This is way better than severe thunderstorms. This is way better. Not tornadoes, though. I mean, not tornadoes. I'm still going to be... I'm going to still try chasing those mother truckers. I have really bad anxiety, but if I can, I'll chase them. I'll chase them. But nothing can ever beat a hurricane. There's something about hurricanes that are scary, but at the same time, an amazing feature of... If you can survive it, it's an amazing feature of wind. I like hearing the whistle sounds. I like hearing the train noises that it makes. It sounds like a jet engine at times, because even though the gusts are kind of far back, you can still hear them blasting away. And then you hear them going through all the trees. And the trees aren't just moving like a breeze. They are literally moving like they're dancing. I've never seen anything like that. And you can look as far back when there's not that much rain, and you just see those trees going down to the ground, and then you know a big gust is coming. That's why I know when gusts are coming. I can hear it, and I can visually see it. It's weird how the wind goes around buildings and it can blow you away. But there's nothing else like it. I've never experienced anything like that. It was an amazing feature of wind. And I have to say, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Weather-wise, it was the most entertaining event to me. Unfortunately, it caused a lot of damage. And that's one thing I hate about hurricanes, is just they're so strong. They blow shit down. You know, I think people in hurricane-prone areas, they should have their houses up. And I think that every telephone pole in Florida should be made out of concrete and steel. I think every single post should be made out of concrete and steel. I think that every single house that's not made out of brick should be made out of brick. The houses did fine here. No damage to the houses. I didn't see any damage to any houses. Even with 100-plus-mile-an-hour winds and a constant 80-mile-an-hour winds, there was no damage to the houses. It was the trees that caused the damage. I think they should make a law when you live in a hurricane-prone territory. Unfortunately, you should not have any trees near your house. There should be no trees. And if they are trees, they should be palm trees. Palm trees are more likely to take most of the wind damage than other trees. I think they should have that. I think that they should require some sort of metal garage above your car, so if a tree falls, it doesn't hurt your car. I think that they should be proactive with this and make sure they have only but concrete poles in Florida for the hurricanes. I think that they should do that. I see little things that they should be improving on, you know, such as, like I said, the concrete poles, stronger wiring. Cell phone towers, they're really strong, the cell phone towers here, by the way. They can take a freaking beating. As for flooding, there's really not a lot you can do about the flooding, but I'm sure they can if they really wanted to. I'm sure they could devise a way to get the flooding out of Florida, but because of the sea level, it's not possible. However, at least it doesn't flood as much as Houston, and it doesn't flood as much as Texas, because Texas has a lot of low-lying areas that are, I think, below sea level, to be honest. I've seen so much flooding in Texas. San Antonio is one of them. San Antonio gets 15 inches of rain. Forget about it. It's like 1996, 1997 all over again. But yeah, hurricanes are amazing. They're scary, but they're amazing. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This has been the Planet Earth here.